something that I was actually trying to figure out how to mix the East and the West together. So one of the recipes that I really worked in the past is going to be gulab jamun cheesecake. And the way I figured that out is like I could get some gulab jamun, mix it with some cheesecake, and then add some crust to it, and then come up with gulab jamun cheesecake. One of the things that I figured out is where am I going to get everything? So one of the simple stuff, all of the stuff is store-bought, okay, except the gulab jamun. Now you guys must be wondering, how do I make gulab jamun? I have jamun pe and gulab pe. Together, I made gulab jamun, and they actually grow on trees. You can tell your kids, if you mix these two plants together, they grow on trees. So, keeping the jokes aside, let me just talk to you. Gulab jamun was coming from some of the store-bought gulab jamun. Everything is made store-bought. And first thing we need to start with is to work with some cookies, because you want to make a crust. For making the crust, it's simple. You can take any cookies you want. And you know how the crust is all thick? So you crumple all the cookies. Once you crumple all the cookies, you need to put some butter. So what I did is I put some 25 grams of butter into one of the cookies I really like. The cookie I like, and you guys can choose any cookies you want, but the cookie I like was Belvita. So oatmeal Belvita cookies is what I put in, and my daughter loves it too. And then I put in some butter on it, and warm butter. And once you mix it, and then you crumple the cookies, and then you put it into a pan. So we have a baking pan, that's what I used. Once the baking pan is used and you put it in there, then you have to freeze it for 30 minutes, because that actually keeps it thick, and that's how you start with the crumble. And you'll see that in the next slide how I did that. While you were watching the slides, what I did is I took the crust that I had kept in the fridge for 30 minutes, and it's all done. This crust is hard, and it's ready for the next process. So the next process is what I'm going to do is put some gulab jamuns on it as a layer, and then I also did is I mixed some of the ingredients here in the pan. This one is a mix of cream cheese, evaporated milk, condensed milk, and I might be forgetting one more stuff. You might see it in the slide, but I also put some rose water and can't remember. Wife, tell me, what was it? Anyways, I did one more thing into this, and she's going to update that. And it's basically started in, and I kind of put it so it's ready, and you don't want to do it too moisty. It just needs to be a thick layer that you can pour it over the gulab jamun. So let me start with showing you the next slide. So this layer right here, and I'm going to lay down some of the gulab jamuns here. Start with the middle and start laying down all the gulab jamuns. You can see it. It's nicely laid down. So I'm trying to think as we slice it, everybody gets a gulab jamun. This is a lot of cheesecake to eat. So we'll start with that and do the circle. the inner circle. It's going to really look nice when you start cutting it, and it's going to show up as a cutted gulab jamun. It's going to be really, really nice. Okay, so gulab jamun's already here, and my next process is very simple. What I did is this one goes in here. So this is a mixture of cream cheese, evaporated milk, condensed milk, and I decided not to use egg anymore because it's a pretty thick layer and you don't need to bake it anymore. All you do is put this in the fridge for about 4 hours and it's going to get really thick. Okay? So let me clean this up and put this in. Okay. Alright guys, this is what I did. So I put all the cream cheese mix that I did create, and it's in the slides, and I poured it all into the gulab jamun and the crust, and you just have to shake it a little bit so that it settles down pretty well. And once this is done, I'm going to keep this for 4 hours in the fridge. After that, we will do some decorations on the top, which I'll show you in the next slide. Thank you. Shubha Durga Puja, good morning again. Actually, the way you must have seen the slides, what I did is I put it in the fridge, the gulab cheesecake, to let it settle down. I let it settle over the night, so I'm going to take it out and see how it looks, and it should have been pretty stiff now. So yes, you can see it, it's all stiff, and gulab jamuns are all in the end. So what I need to do now is do a little bit of decorations on it, and for the decorations I've got pistachio, which I've kind of grated it. I'll go into that. Then I've cut some dry roses, then I'm going to put it on top, and then the COVID special tulsi, because I thought, just putting tulsi on it, it's a COVID special thing, so I'm going to put tulsi on it, which is kind of my creation. Thank you. You can watch it when I start pouring on it. So you can make it like this. This is enough. Okay. And then what you do, these are dry roses. So I can start putting it like that. It's going to be quick. I can't smell it. This thing can only be tasted. And I know it's going to be yummy because it's created by me, and the recording is done by my wife, and she's been extra special here because this is a special cake for her and my daughter. I mean the cheesecake. As you can see, there's a lot of glamour to this cake, cheesecake, and then comes the special tulsi, which I'm gonna just put it across like that. Bam, 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 and actually it was perfectly cut. Look at these is gulab jamun cheesecake. Thank you, and hope you can try at your home, and I'm sure you're gonna love it.